Find a position where your body can be fully supported. You don't need to do anything. Just let yourself arrive here in this moment, in this place. And as you settle, you can allow your eyes to close. Whether that feels right for you. That may be now, maybe in a few more breaths. With your eyes closed, you can really begin to relax and let go. A deep breath in, and as you breathe out, scan around your body. Notice which parts of you are already gently beginning to release. Because you don't have to hold yourself up right now. Chair, the bed, the floor, beneath you. Whoever is supporting you is doing that job. And your body already knows how to let go. A little more weight into that support with each breath you take. Some people find it helpful to imagine each breath out carrying a small amount of tension out and away. Others just notice a kind of loosening in the shoulders or the jaw or somewhere else the body has been working quietly. My voice can come and go. My words may fade in and fade out. I wonder if you'll notice yourself becoming more relaxed with my words, the spaces between my words, and the spaces between your thoughts increasing. You relax more and more. And your unconscious mind has been breathing for you all along. All the most powerful, lasting things you've done in your life, you've done at an unconscious level. So you can allow that part of you to continue breathing for you. Now, as your breathing continues at its own pace, you might notice that the sounds around you can become part of the experience. My voice can go with you. My voice can become the sound of wind in the trees, or traffic off in the distance. Sound you hear can be a reminder to relax a little deeper. Your unconscious mind, that part of you that has been breathing for you all along, keeps your heart beating, digests your food, heals small cuts, all without your conscious attention. And doing this for your entire life. You can trust it now to do this too, taking you exactly as deep and exactly the right place. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. With each number, you may imagine yourself moving down a staircase in a house. It could be your house, it could be a house that feels like it could be yours, even if you've never seen it before. 10, beginning to step down. 9, each step a little more relaxed than the last. 8, maybe the staircase curves gently. That's right, so you can't quite see what's below yet, and that's fine because you don't need to see it. You only need to trust that your feet find each step. 7, going deeper now, more comfortable with every step. 6, maybe a tiny voice in the back of your head telling you to just relax, relax, relax. 5, halfway down and halfway relaxed, already becoming so at ease. 4, deeper still. 3, almost at the bottom now. 2, one more step. 1, going all the way down. That's right. And you're standing in a hallway now. In a house, in your house, the one your unconscious mind has built for this journey. And it might feel warm and familiar. It might feel like somewhere you're visiting for the first time. Either way is right. So there's no one else around, it's only you. Notice, if you like, what the light is doing in this hallway. Notice the temperature of the air. This is your house, so it can be exactly as it needs to be, exactly as you'd like it to be. And somewhere in this house there's a window. You might see it straight away at the end of the hallway or through a doorway. You might simply get a sense of the place it is. The way you sense a room is nearby before you enter it. You can trust whatever comes. When you find a window, you might notice something about it. Perhaps there's a curtain drawn across it. Perhaps the glass is a little clouded or dusty, or as though it hasn't been properly looked through in some time. Somewhere in this house there's a bell, maybe hanging by a door, maybe set into a wall, maybe somewhere you wouldn't expect a bell to be. You might notice that this bell has been quietened somehow, maybe wrapped in cloth. Perhaps it's simply been still for a very long time. Now, relax. Somebody curtained that window. Somebody quietened that bell. And it wasn't a stranger. And it wasn't by accident. It was you, a younger version of you. A part of you that has been working on your behalf since before you had the words to describe what it was doing. And that part of you decided at some point that the window needed a curtain and the bell needed to be quiet. And your unconscious mind already knows why. Maybe being fully seen once meant being noticed by someone who wasn't safe to be noticed by. Maybe being fully heard once meant your voice becoming a target or an inconvenience, or simply too much for the room it was in. But the part of you who curtained that window wasn't damaging you. It was protecting you. The only way it knew how, with the tools a child has available. Going quiet, drinking, reading the room before entering it. Becoming easy, agreeable, becoming almost invisible. So that whatever made being seen or heard feel dangerous, wouldn't find a reason to turn toward you. That was a young version of you doing exactly what children do. They find a way through, whatever that takes. And you might notice as an adult now that some part of what you built has stayed with you long after it was needed. Maybe it shows up as a habit of staying quiet in rooms where your voice would be welcome. Maybe it shows up in the body itself, a tightness in the throat before speaking, warmth rising in the face when the tension arrives, a held breath, a stomach that tenses when eyes turn your way. The body remembers what it was protecting against, even when the mind has moved on. And sometimes when a pattern like this runs quietly for long enough, the body finds other ways to carry it. Could be a tension that doesn't quite ease, a mind that stays on alert even in safe rooms. None of that means something is wrong with you. It means a protection built a long time ago is still switched on. Where you stand in this hallway now, with the curtained window and the quiet bell nearby, I wonder, you might imagine that younger part of you close by, not far away, not somewhere you have to search for, just here in this house. Because this is their house too. You don't need to say anything to them. You can simply notice. Notice how young they are. Notice how much they were carrying. How little help they had to carry it. And when you're ready, in your own time, you might feel like speaking to them. You might find some words arriving. They don't have to be perfect words. Some people find themselves thinking something like, thank you. Others find something more like, I understand now. You may simply feel it without needing words at all. Because that part of you did their job well. The curtain kept you safe. The quiet kept you safe. And the child who successfully protected themselves even at a cost deserves something other than blame. You might find yourself imagining forgiving them now. Simply releasing them from a job they've been doing for far longer than they needed to. You can imagine your hand or your presence resting near theirs, where you might sit beside someone who's been standing guard for a very long time. That's right. In your own time, whenever it feels right, not before, you can turn back toward that window. You don't have to throw that curtain open all at once. You might just find your hand reaching for the edge of it and drawing it back a little, just enough. Allowing a little more light in. Just enough to see a little more of what's outside. Your unconscious mind knows exactly how much light is right. And it can always be opened a little further another day, whenever that feels right for you. And that bell, you might find yourself unwrapping it slightly. Just enough that if it were to move, might make a little sound, not a clanging alarm. Because being seen and heard were never really the danger. It was the specific room, the specific people, the moment long ago that made it feel that way. And in this room, this moment, right now, is not that one. So you can allow yourself to be seen exactly as much as feels right for you. Not 1 degree more. You're allowed to be heard exactly as much as feels right to you. This isn't a demand for full exposure. Simply a door left slightly open. Whenever you're ready to walk through it. You might notice as you stand here in this house, the house with a little more light and sound moving through it. Something in your body has shifted too. Perhaps your shoulders feel a little looser, like a weight has been lifted from them. Perhaps the breath moves a little more freely through your throat. Perhaps there's nothing you can name yet. Just knowing that something has been quietly recalibrated. And your unconscious mind can take this house with it, exactly as it is right now. That's right. Your younger self no longer standing guard alone. Doesn't need you to remember every detail of this journey for the change to continue happening. The body knows what it needs. And over the coming days, you might notice small moments, a conversation where you let yourself speak a sentence you might have once swallowed. A room where you allow yourself to be noticed for a moment longer than usual. These aren't tests to pass. They're simply invitation. And you can accept as much or as little of them as you like. Now, there's nothing more you need to do. The house can stay exactly as it is, holding its new light. You can allow yourself to drift deeper. No need to hold on to anything at all. Your unconscious mind will keep doing this work long after your conscious mind has let go. Long after you've drifted into a full and restful sleep. Awoken when you need to, feeling refreshed, feeling relaxed. Noticing that things have begun to change. That you have begun to change.